Because I said...
Okay.
He's saying, guys, anything else?
Bro, Rashid, you want to add anything else or can we please start the podcast?
One second. Why are you laughing?
Because you, bro.
Alright. Anyways, guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of Cars with Karak. Today, I myself, Farhan, and I'm with Muhammad, Amrit, and Rashid over there. Today, what will we be speaking about, Muhammad?
Today we'll be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about fuel prices here, self-service. Like, cause in the UAE, you don't put fuel by yourself. So you have someone to put fuel for you in your car. So we'll be talking about that. We're going to be talking about Tesla and reasonable cars which are electric, which could be used to replace the current petrol cars, and Mission E and electric cars taking over the world. Basically,
right.
So
let's start about that. First, starting with the fuel prices.
Yes.
I mean, there's gradual decrease. There's gradual decrease and increase, but initially, if you see a long-term graph, it is inflating a lot more. Yeah. Maybe that puts it to an end where fuel is kind of like running out at some point. Eventually, it will run out at some point. That's why the fuel prices are inflating.
And
this is
bye for V12.
Yeah, bye V12s, V10. I mean those good days with those natural aspirated turbos, all of those are coming back in. Besides those engines as well, electric cars are kicking in.
Electric cars are taking over the world.
And this is where we'll be discussing how reasonable these cars are, how practical they are in terms of usability, performance-wise, sport-wise, and the normal driving that everyone does in UAE. And we have Tesla launched last couple of years. It's been a couple of years
back now. Yeah.
It's been a couple of years, and they've
whole taken over the market.
They're taking
very
over.
Well. Especially over here, I think they got 50 Tesla Ubers.
Ubers, yeah.
Here they're very successful.
And also, like another thing, moving on to the electric cars.
Yeah.
Now, Tesla, if you own an electric car over here, you have many benefits.
Yeah.
Can anyone tell me what they are?
Definitely. In the UAE, like I've got myself into that information. Like you can get rid of like
no salek. That's
no salek.
So you don't have to pay toll.
Yeah, no toll, traffic tolls,
no parking
fees. That
registration, the most important.
Registration cheaper to register your car.
Right? Cheaper to register your car. Insurance, however, stays more or less the same because of the car being new into the market. But besides that, the best thing is like the practicality. They have put like special parking places, service stops in prime spots like malls and like petrol.
You can charge it, and also in petrol station.
It's free, right?
It's free. It's free. The e-life is coming to a real practicality. Life's made easier for everyone, and the best part is. Not only like high-end users, only like people who have the money. Even they've made cars, middle class people.
They have a big range.
Yeah, who can replace their normal cars, normal everyday daily cars.
That's what I wanted to ask you guys. Now, everyone has been used to petrol cars, obviously, petrol or diesel. Do you think it's gonna fit in the market?
I definitely
think so. In the GCC or like the UAE market?
In the GCC, definitely it will because of the fuel and everything. Because everything over here matters, and fuel is a big thing because of the amount of transport and people running they do.
But in Europe, they'll go more because Europe fuel prices are much expensive.
Much more higher.
It's 5 times expensive in Portugal where I was. So if you're filling fuel for like 100 dirhams in UAE, it will be like 500 dirhams in Portugal.
So over there, it will go up more.
So I mean.
We completely blew past the topic of self-service.
Self-service, it comes to that as well.
Because someone in the comments asked us.
Yeah, they made it even harder. It was on one of the last podcasts.
In Abu Dhabi, there's a company called
don't forget, the weather doesn't help. The weather.
Yeah, the weather.
ADNOC has launched that.
ADNOC has launched that self-service kind of thing.
Otherwise, 10 dirhams.
Imagine a lady, she's going to a wedding and she needs to fill up fuel. She will go outside the car.
For that reason, they have made 2 options available, which is like premium, they call it, where they will fill up for you, but you pay like 10 dirhams extra or something like that.
But that's the question. Some people might think it's a good idea to fill fuel yourself. Some people think it's not.
I personally,
so I want to know your opinions individually. So I'll Rashid.
Rashid, what do you think?
Filling fuel yourself at all times of the day and night.
For a boy or a man, it's okay. But for a girl, it's hard for her.
Especially in the Middle East.
Because the culture is different.
She will get annoyed from Kharoufi, everywhere. Well, really, I'm saying the truth,
Okay.
But what about the heat?
For
a man, even.
Main issue is the heat.
Like I personally don't mind. Well, I'll speak after Amrit. What about you?
No, but I don't actually mind it. So it's like a quick thing. It's not a big issue.
Depends on
and plus they showed the process. Like it's very simple. It's not.
It's not like rocket science. You just have to fill fuel and you're done.
I've stayed in Portugal for
10 minutes. You have to stand outside.
Okay, so coming for my opinion, I've stayed in Portugal for a while. it is a very good thing. Less manpower required at the gas station. So because these people are working,
those guys they stand
they're working for hours and hours at this gas station, and with the heat, the petrol atmosphere around that, it really damages their health.
And they're breathing the
fumes. The fumes of the petrol and everything.
That's exactly what I think.
So what I think is like it's better for the self-service to be implemented on people over here, but it comes down to Middle Eastern people over here are not used to it.
I'll tell you,
it'll take
my
not used to it. Yeah.
See, it's a disadvantage for the consumer who's buying the fuel, but it's an advantage for the company.
For the company,
because they don't have to employ so many people.
Yeah, and for people in general,
exactly.
It's better.
Don't say experience. I will learn to put fuel. It's bad for you. They are doing this only to lie at you. Oh, you will learn Marshur.
Yeah,
it's a joke, bro.
If you relate.
Wait, so you're actually against the idea of filling fuel yourself?
See, it's a good idea. But it's bad for girls and family, like old guy or someone. How will put fuel?
Yeah. No, that's why they have that premium where you pay 10 dirhams. But it's nothing. But you just hesitate.
Ladies have to pay 10
dirhams. Makes a big difference.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
What I was saying is that now in the UAE the culture is different. The Arabic culture is different.
Definitely.
A man has no problem unless he personally doesn't want to go out and fill fuel himself. But a woman, I like the idea, but I don't feel it's good for a woman to go out and fill fuel herself. Although I believe in equality and whatever you want to call it, but I still feel like there should be, like, how do I say it? How do I put it into words? Like, I don't mind going and filling fuel at any time of the day, because honestly, the people who do fill fuel, especially here,
how we say it?
What?
Like
there should be some kind of balance set out, like some kind of service.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Service, counter service.
Yes.
Let's say,
for
people like this, they should be that.
Like, what if it's a handicapped person in the car?
That's another issue. That's a big issue.
So I'm sure they'll have some backup for that, but there's not much.
But then those people have to pay $10.
$10 extra for that. No, there's there. But the main
the future was
that's more like between the consumer and the person who's selling the fuel or stuff. The main problem comes to the traffic flow at the gas stations.
Exactly. As we know, I was just getting to that.
As we know, gas stations are really packed in UAE, and it takes a while to get through them.
I don't know about UAE, but let's say we live in Dubai.
Yeah.
Dubai is small and there's so many people.
So many people.
Every time you go to a gas station, it's completely crowded.
It's completely crowded. And this is where the people who are working there, they're really quick because they know their thing. They've been working there. They can really, and they're doing it as efficient as possible and still so crowded. So imagine with people doing self-service. That will take
especially
days.
for like the first few months.
People learning and stuff, that will take, it's a headache.
And like if they're filling fuel, they'll be like, okay, the fuel's filling, I'll go inside and get something from the gas station.
Exactly.
They'll take like an hour in there and then come back.
That happens.
That's annoying.
So for now, what I've pretty much noticed is that they've started this self-service at certain locations where people are willing to get
right now they're just testing it.
They're
just testing. If it doesn't work out,
it's fine. So I like really high standard, high prime spots, the self-service is not still implemented. It's only in like some places where there's less crowd and people are more comfortable with filling the fuel themselves. This comes down to Tesla again, which I think it's kind of good to self-charge or self-fuel your car because like for example if you're for example in the Dubai Mall and you park your car, you charge it, you are in the mall, you do your shopping or whatever, you get around the mall for an hour or two, and then you come back, your car is charged.
And the good thing is it charges very quickly.
They charge very quickly.
At these prime spots where they have these charging ports, they charge really efficiently and really quickly.
Tesla's advantage.
Tesla is really getting it.
And it's fast. It's not.
Because in the beginning I thought the culture, like if you look at people here, like the people our age, the local nationals, they like driving cars that are loud, big, and have a good sound. Tesla is big. Okay, if you get the
Model X,
and
so like
if
you exactly like I don't mind that. Like I think they would drive that, and then I'm like, okay, no, but it doesn't have a sound. Like it doesn't. It has literally no sound. Like if you hear from the outside, it's just flying by with no sound. So, but then you see a lot of people actually driving that. So you can see the culture adapting to the future basically, and that's what I think is gonna happen in the future within like 2040 max. That's it. Like 80% of the cars here on UAE will be electric.
Yeah, definitely. That will be. I mean, it's time for a change. That's what's happening, and this is where they are also building performance vehicles. Which brings us to Mission E, Roadster.
Tesla Roadster.
They have
1.9 seconds.
1.9 seconds.
For the Tesla Roadster, it's around $250,000.
And that's the first car they brought. Maybe they'll bring.
That's the first car, entry car of a supercar performance. That is crazy. 0 to 60 in 1.9. That's gonna give you an heart attack.
Faster than a mega car.
Have you guys seen the video of it?
I've seen
that short clip.
That was crazy.
That was crazy as well. And it goes 250 miles an hour plus.
Yeah. How will the tires handle it though? I don't know.
They're still adapting to it.
You can look at it the same way as a Bugatti Chiron.
Yeah, you won't go every day to 250 miles an hour. So, but it can handle it, and you get like 620 miles range on it. That is incredible on a roadster kind of
on a car that does 0 to 101.9.
But a lot of people are speculating that they won't be able to launch it by the time they're saying.
Isn't that the problem they had with the Model 3?
Yeah, they're lagging way behind.
Yeah, with the Model 3 and stuff. That's where it comes in.
One problem about these cars, it's electric. In Dubai, the heat is hot.
That's
and
what I was
the battery got heated, the performance will go down. That's the problem.
50, 40, 45 plus degrees Celsius. The batteries. I mean, technology will catch up, and eventually
I think
it will.
Need to put 3 ACs in
No, but staying on the topic of like the batteries, for example, like let's say if you live in an apartment building, if you live, for example, right now we're sitting in Burj Khalifa recording the podcast. There's only valet parking, right?
Yeah.
So how will they go and charge your car? Or if you're living in an apartment building, what if your apartment doesn't have the charger?
I think so. For this prime spots, I mean, these valet guys, they are trained to handle almost any kind of car. They must be implementing a service where they can handle.
Apart from that, let's say now, like obviously in every basement parking, let's say if you're living in a normal apartment building, not every single parking spot's gonna have an adapter so you can charge your car. So what if you really want an electric car because you actually like it, but you can't own one because you can't charge it at home?
This is where the company Tesla itself, they're implementing, they're providing that charging house things, and they provide the whole kit, but it's on allocation and stuff until 29. It's a mix up still now. It's not completely practical to get they haven't planned to provide the charging ports for every person in a building right now. So eventually, maybe with time, they will employ that system. And it's not much. You just need a charging port.
It's very simple.
And you just need to attach a wire and a computer system. So it's not a big process, but it is definitely a process which has to be taken care of at every parking spot. True. They have to consider it. They have to consider every person with an electric car dealing with that. But in the other sense, it is very, very nice. It's very practical. Fuel prices, as we know, we spend a lot on fuel.
Yeah.
A lot.
Even though we're in Dubai, we spend a lot. Anyone thinking of replacing their petrol engine cars will save a lot of money. And in Dubai,
because over here we drive a lot.
And don't forget the benefits.
We don't use bicycles or anything. We drive a lot.
We drive a lot because of the heat. So tolls, paid parking, other kind of stuff, insurance and registration. It saves you a fortune.
It's a lot. It's like the pros outweigh the cons.
Yeah.
What do you think about the maintenance?
Maintenance won't be that much.
Maintenance is simple actually.
Yeah, maintenance is very simple.
You go to the Tesla showroom. You go to the showroom. It's just a laptop there.
Exactly. It's all programmed. That's so cool though. It's like downloading a game on your computer.
On your computer. That's exactly.
It's very simple.
Imagine
15 minutes.
Your, Tesla. Is it hackable?
Rashid is kind of excited because he's looking forward for SUVs.
Only maintenance is the brakes and the tires. That's it.
Rashid, what do you think? Off-roading in an electric vehicle?
Let's see.
Rashid will take anything off-road.
It'll be disappointing. But I mean, performance will be there, but maybe not the thrill and everything with the fuel cut off. With the fuel cut off and everything, it will be different.
But what do you guys think about car manufacturers adapting to technology, like
competition? They should.
Like Porsche, they acquire 10% of Rimac.
Rimac, yeah, they definitely do, and this is where
it shows that they're actually looking forward because they know that the market's going to change.
They know
they're going to change.
No market stays the same forever. They know people are going to adapt. They're going to go on to better things.
First good thing, competition brings out much better service. So that's what's going to happen. This competition of Mission E, I-Pace, is going to bring out a better product for the consumers. So it's a very good thing, I think.
Sure. And it comes with the performance. It's not like it's...
It's not like it's a very slow car.
No. It'll perform on track as well.
Yeah, definitely. What's like a middle class car that people could daily drive for work and stuff right now from Tesla or any other?
That's the Model 3, no?
Model 3. That would be it. So
like
even that's a great car.
How much
200K? Is it 200?
How much is it?
How much is it?
400K around.
200K. Yeah. It's like buying a C200. The same price.
It's around like C200 price. It's like
it's even cheaper than that.
It's actually cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper. I'm not sure of the exact price, but it's cheaper.
The base price starts from around like 160, and it goes up to like, it depends on the spec and stuff. So you can pull it up to like 200,000. So if anyone looking for a car, daily drive car around 160,000 dirhams to like 200,000, Tesla is a perfect thing. And this is just the entry level of electric cars coming into this market. Later on, they'll become so easy to build, so easy to manage. That the prices, you'll find one for like even cheaper, like 100,000 dirhams, where people will like leave other small engine petrol cars and they'll be preferring electric cars.
Electric cars are a very big threat to petrol cars right now.
And this is where like people, some petrol heads who don't really mind switching, they'll actually enjoy the electric car more because of the drive, the sound and everything. The sound not being there. The sound not being there. The sound not being there. That's really people.
I'll miss the sound.
People. Old people will be like, okay, this car is really quiet. I like it. That's what they're gonna go for.
But this is in practicality in terms of day-to-day use.
Day-to-day.
We know that this country has quite a few tracks as well. It has what? I think 2 tracks.
Yeah,
one in Dubai, one in Abu Dhabi.
Now, Tesla recently, around I think a week back, they released something called the Tesla GT.
Tesla GT,
a Tesla Model S P100D and a track. They eliminated everything inside the car. They're
reducing weight.
Carbon fiber. They're using like a carbon plex type material, which is lighter and stiffer than carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Well, imagine how much they're saving weight. You know, the engine weight is too much. Like, there's no engine.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm interested to see now. Like in the future, if you see,
fly on
exactly. If you look into the future, you can't really say for sure what's gonna happen. You can only think like the way you can only judge the future by seeing what we see today.
The last thing I want is Formula cars not to sound like Formula cars. I love that.
That'll happen, bro. It's coming soon. That'll happen.
That's gonna happen, bro.
I think so. I'm gonna buy some of these cars like from each category, like Formula car.
Every year the Formula cars, the sound is going.
I'm probably start mining myself.
Aslan, they can't put sound in these cars. It's electric, but they can add something.
It has. It doesn't sound like.
You can hear from inside the car, not from outside.
Yeah, you can keep when
you are at a Grand Prix and you're sitting in the audience, you want to hear that fly by.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Like you're gonna hear.
You'll hear a micro.
That is that. Anyways, that pretty much we've discovered a lot of things that are happening in terms of automobile, and the self-service is basically an implementation towards this. So it's all coming together to putting a change to the market. And hope you all enjoyed the whole conversation that we had. Let us know in the comment section what would you like to, what else would you like us to discuss in the next podcast. It could be anything related to, we could discuss, we're thinking of actually discussing more reasonable cars, like more sporty cars as well, in the middle class range, such as the muscle cars, Mustangs. So we could be discussing that.
Most probably
so you could definitely write in the comment section and let us know what you want us to podcast on, and let us know what do you think of electric cars in general taking over the petrol head cars. Anyways, that pretty much wraps it up.
Wait, before we go,
all right,
would you buy an electric car? not hybrid, electric. I know what you're gonna say, but I want your explanation.
Not hybrid.
Bro, I'll tell you something. Till now, fuel is not that much expensive. I'll go for a V4 twin tail.
Okay.
What about you, Amrit?
In 5 years, most probably.
After 10 years, maybe.
You?
I'll keep both, man. I'll keep one for dailying, and I cannot leave petrol.
Or keep both, better option, bro.
You have to balance it.
Balance it out.
Maybe push down my hypercar to like sports car, and then maybe add on an electric car.
That's the thing, balance.
Balance.
Let us know what you guys want. Would you guys buy an electric car?
What do you think? Electric cars or?
Let us know in the comments.
Petrol cars.
So we'll catch you guys in the next podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Take care.
See ya.